Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and with the CDL hopefully fast approaching with announcements just around the corner, questions have been raised as to whether the CDL is actually ready for the 2021 season. There's a number of issues with Black Ops Cold War right now, especially the anti-cheat and the scan and repair, as we're going to talk about in the coming minutes. Will the CDL send referees out to all these facilities to watch these pro players play from their home environment in this online environment that we are going to continue with at the start of this season, it does seem? Is that going to be okay? Are cheating issues going to raise themselves? Should we go back to PS5? Loads of questions on the horizon right here. Are we in position really to get this league underway? Enjoy, take your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, this then, of course, Optic Gaming confirmed yesterday the boys are back in town. This image right here of Hex, Formal, Scump, Envoy, Dashy, the full team now at the Hex quarters in Texas. So, well, hopefully the internet issues these guys have been having that's been affecting their practice to some degree has been resolved over these coming days when they do get everything back in order. And in true Optic tradition, they crack straight on and do a podcast with the lads. So a few interesting topics in this one, one of which was gentlemen's agreements, not something I want to go into again. Well, pretty much I'm fed up of talking about it at this point, but I thought this was pretty interesting, talking about how, look, the 74U, everyone can shoot like Dashy with it. It basically has no recoil, and well, you tend to find that a lot of the weapons that get GA'd are actually weapons that have recoil, and we get to the point where all the pros are using weapons that are just straight up laser beams, which is really what we've seen these last couple of years. Whether that plays into the thought process, who really knows? But yeah, GAs, of course, have been a frustrating topic these last several weeks, but also what they discuss is this right, as CharLy and Tel say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone combined generated almost $1.95 billion in revenue in 2020. Black Ops Cold War generated $700 million in just the last couple of months. So, well, Activision are making a fair bit of money on Call of Duty right now, and the question has been raised, look, there's a lot of money going on here, but where is our anti-cheat, where is our fix to these scan and repair issues? And as a result of that, what does the CDL look like going forwards? Yesterday we talked about a load of the hackers that are, well, continuing to become rampant on the challenger side, which might affect the upcoming cup that's happening this weekend. We'll talk about it in a few minutes time, but also on the professional side as well. We don't imagine this will be an issue, but last season where we went into the online environment, all this discussion about, okay, are these players using a strike pack, right? Are they using something like a Cronus Zen or something, which is allowing you to have anti-recoil mods or additional aim assist or all these type of things that we, well, unfortunately had to discuss last season, which wouldn't be a concern if we were in a LAN environment. But given we are not, I imagine, for the start of the season, are the CDL going to be sending out referees to all these facilities the players are going to be playing from for their matches? If that's not the case, can we be certain this online environment actually does uphold the competitive integrity we want to see? That is certainly a concern of some of the Optic Chicago guys right here, especially given the fact that, well, scan and repair is still a problem. What are we going to do if the game crashes mid-game? That was, of course, a major issue we saw last season as well, with the DDoSing stuff that happened towards the end of the title, but also here the anti-cheat, once again, a major talking point.
Who said that?
No, it was 700 in the last 2 months for Cold War.
700
million.
Okay.
Damn. 700 billion.
Course pop.
We'll buy all
That's a ton of money, though.
It's a lot of money with no anti-cheat.
Say it again?
What?
What'd you say?
It's a lot of money with no anti-cheat.
Yeah, that is well, we don't know where it's going. Obviously, like, it's a massive corporation that, you know, with people that get paid what they're supposed to be getting paid, according to the market demands. But there should be some of that allocated to two things, in my opinion, right? Anti-cheat, like, right away, because I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, in my opinion, just as a spectator. What's going to happen is that we're going to get into the competitive season of Call of Duty, and without an anti-cheat, we're not going to know who's who. And unless Activision is prepared to send over a referee, two referees, to every single location where players are going to be playing out of, and forces every single continues to not force, but make it mandatory for players to compete out of the same thing, someone's going to be like, I don't believe this shit. You know what I mean? Let's go back to PlayStation. Right, and then we're going to have to flip the entire thing back to PlayStation, because PlayStation is the only time where you can, actually feel comfortable enough to be like, yeah, there's nothing shady going on in here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this league is founded on the competition, right? On the integrity of the competition. And if we can't have that sort of clarity or confidence in the fact that everything is being played the way that it should, something's got to give. Yeah. We just can't have that in Call of Duty. We've worked on this for 12, 14 years.
Well, then you also have scan and repair. Scan and repair. Salary cap. Scan and repair, like if that's still a thing, he gets it all the time.
Whoa, not me recently. It's been,
What do you
it's
mean?
been
You chalked
YouTube
up
getting it
checkmate.
most.
Well, no, we get
getting
it.
it
We
the
don't get it
least.
in game though, ever.
Yeah, you guys been, well, he's been getting it after every single game.
After games,
Yeah, we get it in like
I've been scanning
the
all,
stat
bro.
screen. Okay, that's good then. But like, what if people are getting scan and repair during tournaments?
So it was this tweet from Optic Chicago back on 12th of December. We hate scan and repair out. This is when Formal was getting it all the time. Now he's talking about how he doesn't get it so much. He tends to get it, or they tend to get it at the end of games rather than in the middle of games. But well, it's still not something which is ideal. And this is continuing to affect professional teams right now. It doesn't seem like there's any solution to this on the horizon. What if this happens in the middle of a game? What are they going to do? What are the protocols going to be in place to, well, replay a match or whatever needs to be done? Because, of course, we're Call of Duty, baby. We don't have the opportunity to replay these matches like something like Counter-Strike does, where, okay, someone lags out, we can just replay from exactly the moment, the very frame in the game where the lag out happened, and just replay the game with everything as it was back then. And that's not the case in Call of Duty. There's always the questions like, okay, look, if we get to 150 points on either side, which I think was what it was last year, if we don't get to 150 points, then we can actually replay the game. But if we do get to a combined 150 points between the teams, then we just have to play on and the map result counts. The amount of times that happened last season where, okay, a team would just get over that mark and then we'd have someone lag out or someone get DDoSed or something would happen in this online environment, and then we have to play out a 4v5 and the casters are sitting there casting it as if nothing dodgy is going on. So yeah, very frustrating. And well, if this does happen, which I imagine it will, right? Like, can you imagine a situation where, okay, there's a big match, a game 4, game 5, someone gets scan and repair, what do we have to do? Do we end the game? Do we restart? Especially if it's a hard point, right? If one team is up by like 30 points but one team has streaks, how do you consider that as a fair game? Do we just replay? Do we just restart? Once again, Call of Duty has issues executing on the competitive integrity side, and this is certainly going to be an issue. The other part of the issue, of course, is, well, if this does happen, is this going to happen, right? Are we going to get Octane Sam tweeting once again about a competitive integrity sucks? Like, you know, we can't replay a tied hardpoint because of the rule set and everything. Like, what if it's 170? Is that within the rule set to be allowed? We talked last season a fair bit, the fact that, well, we imagine, I think, that the referee should have more, well, at least more discretion on what exactly happens. Of course, you need to have a rule book which outlines what you have to do in these replay situations if someone does get scan and repair, but at the same time, you've then got to consider, well, if there's certain situations where maybe referee discretion is required to the point where, like, the rule book might not necessarily give the best argument in every single situation, and some sort of individual decision making to say, look, okay, maybe this doesn't apply in this case, and we can talk with the players and work out what makes most sense, whether they want to replay, whether they don't, whether the other team is happy for it, because we saw that a few times, that the other team was actually happy to go ahead with a replay after their opponents lagged out of the game, but yet the CDL rule set said, look, that's not allowed, therefore you just win the map by default, even though they were like, look, we're only up by 20, like, let's just replay it and have a fair match here, which, well, hopefully is something which happens this season, or at least in the coming days, maybe when they do announce some sort of rulebook or something, they actually have a way to deal with these major issues, and with no anti-cheat on the horizon as well, that is going to be a question mark, as Hex says, look, I just wish there were CDL referees coming to all these facilities to actually ensure that the competitive integrity is upheld, because otherwise, questions are going to be asked once again. So this weekend, the Challengers Cup number 3, I believe, is upcoming 9th of January, and well, Ake says right here, when is Raid Hardpoint Control S&D getting confirmed into the map set, right? Because Ake is talking about, look, we're only a couple of days away from this Challenger Cup, this CDL map set isn't even changed, the map set isn't changed, the rule set isn't changed, like M16s and AUGs are still allowed right now in the official CDL rule set. I imagine they've been on holiday for a fair time over Christmas and New Year's, but I imagine they're back relatively soon, and well, Ake is like, look, what is happening here? We want to get prepared for our Challengers Cup this weekend. It's going to be a spicy one. Ake, I think, is teaming with Lacefield and Noisy +1, maybe Morks or something, and then we've got Doug's team, of course, we've got Haggie's team. Definitely going to be some exciting matchups to watch this weekend. As Lando says, do we know which maps it would replace? Ake reckons Cartel Hardpoint is gone, Moscow Hardpoint, Crossroads, S&D, I would assume, but as Chrome says, they were meant to vote on Control Raid versus Control Moscow. Not sure if they did this already, so supposedly Raid might not actually be in the Control map set, it might just be Moscow instead, but it will be in the rest of them. And as well, Spinner Spence says over at the MLG Call of Duty League, guys, tomorrow Raid is going to be confirmed into the official map set, which of course is today. So maybe later today, probably tomorrow, we'll end up talking about this, well, the new rule set that hopefully the CDL are going to release ahead of maybe some actual announcement as to when, if there is going to be a launch weekend, when exactly is that going to be. And I just thought I'd finish off with these funny couple of things, because of course Doug playing in those Challenger Cups as we saw. So Doug comes out with how to break Garrison P2 from the front while spawn killing. Clay says, Doug, what is this? Why is this on my timeline? Those gotta be the easiest kills I've ever seen in my entire life. So yeah, just getting standard kills, says Clay. But as Doug says, if we were teammates, you'd be telling me all this stuff, and I'd say, got you, my man. And then what was pretty entertaining is that then Doug tagged him in this other tweet that we actually looked at. I think I played it in yesterday's video. But he says, like, at Clayster, sorry, Douglas, I ain't watching a 2-minute clip. Why are these basic ass kills? Sends 14 streak. Can't watch this, it's too long. I'm gonna get a 20 streak in 30 seconds for your approval. Fair play. I just expect greatness out of you, Doug. Do not settle for mediocrity. So some fun stuff back and forth on a timeline. And this from Zaptius as well, saying, look, 2 more days till the cup. I cannot wait. These Wester guys looking to retain their title. But Douglas Sensor Martin probably has other ideas. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoy this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.
They have a trophy top green?
He's weak top green.
I'll pick him up. Hold on.
I'm going through, man. I'm flipping.
Okay. Heard you. Arch?
Weak their side bulls.
I needed their arch.
Yo, one spawn out, guys.
I'm catching.
Alright, we're looking for bulls back here, guys. We'll be in brick. I don't see him.
He backed up, I think.
No, he's here, outer.
I got him on time, guys.
Top green, dead.
Nice. Two. Hold.
Top green.
I spawned
my
out.
God.
I'm going right side.
Give a break.
Square
Yep.
now, last
Tyler.
side square, dead. They're
I'm helping square.
all
I'm
spawning out.
dating that dog, don't
going
push
I'm
L.
playing arch. I'm playing
I'm
arch.
holding green.
Right now.
I'm going to spawn kill. I'm going to
Save
spawn
your
kill
streak
here
for
front.
noob, Mike.
Yeah, I heard you on that. Top green already. In top green already.
Square,
Behind him, top
square,
green,
balls
bottom,
weak.
top green, bottom. Top green, one.
Good time.
2 of them top green.
What
One
up,
weak.
pinch, Tyler?
Just play
Arch,
safe. One more
dead.
top green. Make them tally here, Doug.
Okay,
I
square,
spawned.
square,
Flip.
Heard you about that?
Last one behind us, Arch.